Buenos nachos.
Hey, welcome back to the Crucible. Glad to have you. Emil, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Paulie. Good to see you,
Another
man.
week in the books, number 37. Here we are. Wouldn't you know?
So I was actually hoping to talk to you about this offline, but let's go ahead and bring it up right now.
Uh-oh.
This
Hot
sucker
seat.
right here.
Oh, shoot.
Sucker right here. This is the 5-ounce pour that we did. We're gonna get it all stamped up and everything. Now that we're on episode 37, we're on the home stretch to 50. And Paulie, what are your thoughts on us giving this sucker away at 50?
Well, I can tell you there's 52 weeks in a year, so we should make it a 52-week season and season 1 of the Crucible podcast.
I like it.
Continue on with episode 53, but that will be 52 straight weeks of you and I sitting down weekly, chatting online. 52 straight weeks. That's dedication right there. But
We don't miss a beat.
this is episode 37. This is 37 straight weeks. 37
Yep.
straight weeks.
All right, so episode 52, we're doing it.
Woo.
We're giving that away. So if you want to be entered, description
forward to that.
down below, you'll see it. Yeah, you want to get that. You want to get that.
I tell you what, I have received a couple of emails about how to enter this and that. Listen, it's all in the description. Make sure you're subscribed to the Crucible Podcast YouTube channel. If you are on Instagram, make sure you follow at the Crucible Podcast. And then if you want to stay up to date with us for some reason, if this platform was to shut down, you can still follow us elsewhere, but you have to go to www.cruciblelive.com. Enter your email address there to the very convenient pop-up screen right when you log on. Check out some stuff in the background, me and Husky. I don't know if he's been updating it.
I will. I have not.
Check him out on that. Get that thing updated and just type in your email address. We're not going to spam you. We're not going to send you nude pictures. We're not going to do any of that. Possibly.
We're too busy to spam you guys. Don't worry about it.
Very busy. Very busy. But definitely. So that's 3 ways to enter. You get 3 entries by doing all 3 of those things. Now, some of you do use Instagram as your private name and things like that. Look, we don't know who you are. We don't want to track you down. We're not trying to do anything like that. We want you to give you 3 opportunities to win 5 ounce silver. If you don't want 3 opportunities, then I guess don't take 3 opportunities. More entries for me. Speaking of getting kids on that.
All 55 of them. Get the grandkids into.
I mean, I'm talking, I got entries, baby.
This guy. So today, Paulie, we're talking about.
We're actually, cool. A viewer actually emailed me on this as well. And I told you, I said, this is what the people want to see. Coin apps. You know, different apps to deal with precious metals, whether it's how to test precious metals, where to buy precious metals, spot price of precious metals. There's even apps to help you track your stack. There's so much of it out there. So let's talk about some of it. Why not?
All right. So the big and the bad, right? If you want to look up a spot price, what is the surefire go-to that all the dealers, all of the, you know, the
Atmex
LCSs, they go on Atmex?
No, our good buddy Guido was on here, but speaking of which, we should have him back soon too, before he goes MIA again.
For sure.
Kitco, man. Kitco. Drive that in your heads. Kitco.com, and they do have an app.
So let's pull that up. This is what Kito looks like, guys. This is, you know, their app is much smaller. I think it just has that little gold nugget and maybe a K in it or something like that.
Yeah, I'm actually.
It is.
So yeah, it's blue. It's blue and it says gold Kitco is what my phone shows. I got them all right here. Is the one that's got like 2,000. I can't get rid of those. I don't know what it says. 2,316. That drives me nuts. There's nothing that pops up when I click the app. Fix it.
So Kitco actually also has a Scrap It app, which I think is really good because it also gives you the spot prices of the non-precious metals, right? Industrial metals like copper, aluminum, zinc.
Let's go copper. Get up there.
Yeah. Copper to the moon. All right. And then there's $6. Speaking of spot price, let's say we're talking about constitutional silver. Where would you go to get the, you know, whatever the melt value of, let's say you got 26 dimes, 26 silver dimes, 90%. Where would you go to find out the price of those?
Well, I would come right here to episode 37 of the Crucible podcast. There
And
you
then you
go.
would find that
Yes, you would
Coinflation.
.com. Very, very helpful because why? Why is this helpful for constitutional junk silver? Why?
Well, the reason I've found this helpful many times is because you'll see this is what the app looks like, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
You'll
helpful
see,
penny.
let's say on Facebook, you might have somebody who's selling $500 worth, or sorry, 500 dimes
Right.
or quarters or whatever, and then they'll put a price on it. All right. So what
Yep.
it gives you the opportunity to do is you scroll through the app, you find that coin that they're selling, and you type in the quantity 500, and it'll tell you if you're getting a good deal or not. Now, just
Yep.
know that you're probably not always going to find things at melt, but if they're way over melt, there's a problem.
And they could be workable. But why that is good also is because it's not pure silver, it's only 90%. And
yeah,
yeah, there is a conversion to get an ounce of silver out of some junk silver. What is it? $1.40 makes an ounce or close
yep,
thereby. Yeah,
yep.
$1.40. So then you can kind of go off that. But that older stuff, it does
Rub.
carry a little bit of a premium. It should still because it is, fractional for you preppers out there that are looking to you're still stacking cheap, but also fractional, right?
Yep. Yeah, the other one thing to consider on that, you were mentioning old, and I was thinking a lot of the older ones are kind of rubbed thin, and
Yeah.
when they're called like that, you might not actually be getting an ounce
You
to the
do lose
dollar
some weight
40.
there, so you got to be
Yeah.
careful. You're right. Right. Good point.
All right,
Great point.
my favorite app for finding spot price is JM, and the
Isn't it something too when you said I see it all the time. I'm sure you see it all the time. It's on
yeah,
Instagram. People post those screenshots of whether it's JM Bullion or Atmex or even Kitco, but they're all just different. Like they
there's a
want it
reason
to be
why people like
yeah.
JM.
Yeah.
Because JM inflates the crap out of their own. Like you'll see a Kitco price for silver might be like a quarter less than JM. It's
Yeah.
like it's drastic, but
Yep.
whatever. I like it because it kind of gets me excited. But
Makes it
you
look
were
good.
you were mentioning Atmex as well. I think Atmex is a fantastic app. Now both of those JM and Atmex have more than just the spot price. What else do you find on those apps?
Oh, you can find anything you want on those apps. You can go shop in their online store on your mobile device right from those apps, which is very, very convenient. Very
Convenient,
convenient.
and our spouses might even say dangerous.
Spouses, if they know about it, might say it's dangerous. Yes. What's that
Yes.
glowing at midnight? Well, nothing. Go to bed.
What are you buying?
I'm buying you flowers. Um, yeah. So, but before we started, we also talked about that can be very, very dangerous to have those in the palm of your hand. Um, it's cool for when there's new releases coming out because you can jump on them right away before the price goes up. If you have that, if you're at work, if you're not at home sitting in front of a computer, and they actually do JM Bullion and I know Atmex and some others, they do give you in-app only
Deals.
deals, quote
Oh, yeah.
unquote deals. That prior to the actual release of some certain items, you have 3 to 4 hours before it's actually up on their desktop version of their, online bullion store.
That's right. And I'm not 100% sure on Atmex, but I know JM also has a little button for precious metals news that you can find on
Yes,
there. I believe Kitco
yes.
also does. I
Kitco
know
does. Kitco tracks a lot of mining companies as well.
that's right. Yeah.
And I've talked about them before, and most of who I've talked about is on that Kitco app, and I actually set the alerts for those specific companies to get myself alerted on some type of news because I just don't randomly talk about stuff. I do like to be informed as well.
Right. Good stuff, man. Any other ones for that you use for tracking prices
Not so much tracking prices, no, but there's others that I use
for
to
purchases?
compare prices when purchasing.
Oh, okay.
I'll pop them all up on my phone. Again, one of the fastest way to do it, and there's not an app for it, which I'm really surprised, is the,
Find bullion prices.
yes,
Yeah.
findbullionprices.com, wink. Get on there and make yourself an app. I mean, somebody could probably do it for next to nothing anymore these days, but I've got SD Bullion doesn't have an app, but I save their desktop, I save their screen to my phone, right? So I just click on it.
Nice.
But Provident, which is part of JM,
Mhm.
they have an app as well. So I do like to scroll through Provident, Monument. I mean, all of them: Provident, Monument, SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Atmex. None of these are sponsors of the show yet,
Yet.
but we are talking about you. Bullion Exchanges is another one that I have on my phone. Kagan's Enterprises there. Kagan's is the one that does the Spanish Royal Mint stuff, but
Mm,
he's a high-end coin dealer, and man, there you could spend some money there if you were looking for a specific coin, year, grade, even currency. So I like that one. But another one for an auction, Stacks Bowers. That is an app, and I do have that on my phone because they have auctions all the time,
oh,
and you can
nice.
find some constitutional gold for not cheap, but less than a lot of other places.
Now, does that app allow you to post as well or just purchase?
Mm-mm. Purchase only.
Ah, okay.
Purchase only. These are Stacks Bowers is a high-end auction house. This is what the US Mint used when they did
Oh,
their end of type 1, beginning of type 2, the last 100 and the first 100 coins that were minted by David Ryder there. They
gotcha.
saved those coins, had them graded, and then sent them to that auction house. And dude, like the first or last American Eagle sold for 100 grand. Like
So
insane.
is this similar to Sotheby's?
Sure. I've never
Yeah,
heard of that one,
that's
I guess.
oh,
But
that's like the you remember there was like some coin that sold for like $1,000,000.
okay.
I don't know if it was like the 1789 or whatever flowing hair. Anyways, that was
Ooh,
done through
Jack Black's
Sotheby's.
favorite.
Yeah, Jack
Really?
Black's. Yeah.
Jack Black, you
Yeah.
listening yet?
You better get on the show. We're gonna have him on eventually. It'll be 5, 6 years from now, but we'll get him.
We want
So
to get
let's.
you while you're still relevant, Kung Fu Panda. Come on now.
Yeah, that's right, man. Uh, all right, so let's say you are trying to offload some coins. Do you have a
Okay.
couple apps you can suggest for that?
Uh, the ones we talked about, you can still now. Are we talking collectible stuff, or you talking wanting to cash in some bullion? Because the ones we talked about, they do offer buybacks. I've sold on eBay. There you go. Look at
How
that.
about that? Look at that. That's
Look
fancy.
at you go. eBay. I am a what do they call them on Whatnot? I can sell on Whatnot. I'm an approved. Oh, there you go again.
I'm
Bought
getting
on
fancy now.
Whatnot. Um, so I am an approved seller on Whatnot. I could use those. It's just I'm not established per se, so I
Mm,
couldn't just start a live show and expect to sell anything. That's
yeah,
something that will
I've
take
tried
some
that.
time. Yeah.
I flopped
Yeah.
miserably.
I think a lot of people have, but there's some that are on there when Whatnot kind of started, and they're doing really, really well. That
Right,
they put on some great shows. Whatnot puts on some great shows, not just coins, but collectibles, sports cards,
right.
memorabilia, all that stuff. They put on some good shows. I've sat and watched comic books buy and sell and trade and all that good stuff. It's if you're
Yeah,
into it, it's a fun place to hang out.
yeah.
Um,
Even social media accounts,
yeah,
Facebook,
social media accounts. I've sold a lot
right?
on Facebook. I Nothing really on Instagram because that's not why I made it. I didn't make it to sell
Yeah.
stuff, but a lot on Facebook, all those private selling platforms within Facebook that you have to become a member of their groups of and stuff
Oh,
like
those
that.
groups. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that was
groups.
big. I mean, they still are big, man, because I tell you, states that tax your bullion, which should be illegal in its own,
Mm.
people save a lot of money on those sites, but it's a trust thing, man. You got to come through with the product. If you're going to be up there robbing people, ripping people off, you got to be kicked in the junk. It's terrible.
Yep. All right, so I think there's unless you have other ideas, I think there's one other category that we can cover, and this is for the purposes of inventorying, right? So
Okay.
inventorying your stack, which a lot of people, they don't even know what they have at this point. Like they can't
Yes.
put a number on it. They can't index them because they maybe have too much. And if you're
It takes
watching the show
time.
and
It takes time.
oh, it does take time
It takes
to
time.
inventory. Yeah, but it takes time to get a big amount of stuff too. So like if you're
Yep.
new to stacking and you have 25 pieces, you probably don't need to worry about this. But if you get
Sure.
to the point to where you have hundreds and hundreds of ounces or thousands of ounces, and they're all different, which a
Yeah.
lot of us do collect different things. This is actually somebody's somebody's background, or what's it called, their thumbnail for one of their YouTube videos. But I thought it was
Okay.
actually really cool because this app Snubs allows you to catalog whatever your collection is. So if it's Funko
Nice.
Pops, if it's trading cards, if it's coins, um, and I've done it before, and it's really easy to enter stuff. I ended up deleting it because I just had too much stuff to even bother with it. But it is a good way to inventory.
And some might say this that just popped in my head. What if you lose your phone? What if somebody gets in your phone? What if they click the Snoops app? Now all of a sudden they have your phone, they got your address, they know what's in your safe.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like, what if somebody
Sure.
steals your phone and then they hop on your JM Bullion app and start buying themselves some stuff and sending it to their own
Exactly, because
address, you know?
nothing's logged out. I mean, when your
Oh,
phone's
yeah.
on, you wanna be as quick as possible, so, I mean, you're exactly right. I click on Atmex, my card's available for anybody to go shopping, the cards are there, the bank account's there if you wanted to do something. I mean, you
Oh,
could.
yeah.
You very well could. Don't use my Atmex points. The Bullion Rewards card where it's at. Don't use them. Use my bank account, don't use my points.
Guys, if you have any other suggestions for apps that you use to
Sure.
deal with your precious metal, whatever it is you do with it, throw it in the
Oh,
comments.
what
Would love
about,
to hear it.
ping test apps? There's quite a few of those.
Oh, that's right.
My old pal from Sound Money Metals with the pocket pinger, I probably really shouldn't even talk about it, but he's working on something of his own, and I'm hoping to have him back as well. We probably have him right here on the show of some things that he's working on to go along with his fine product there.
Very
So yeah,
cool.
but there are others out there that are available to use still today to test the tone of your silver or gold to make sure if it is real or fake.
Yep. So
And
what,
that's
you
going a
just
little further.
ping it with the app mic on, and then it tells
Yeah,
you whether or
yeah.
not it's real or fake. That's kinda neat.
It picks up the frequency and I've never had an issue, but I guess I don't have fake stuff either, but
Nice.
some folks do. I haven't found a fake in my stack yet, so that's always good. That's always good. But yeah, definitely
I
leave us a
have.
comment. Do you use apps? Are you using apps to shop? Are you using apps to track your stack? Are you using apps to test your stack? Leave us that down below. And if there's some that we haven't talked about, definitely mention those so we can check them out, right?
Oh, yeah. And don't forget, get entered to win. It's coming up.
That is
Episode
coming up.
52.
Episode 52. Husky will be back.
Yeah.
38. See you guys next
See
week.
you then.